were trick-or-treating with our family at the Vancouver Mall, and most of the night was going pretty well.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, one person is dead after a Halloween shooting. We'll have the latest coming up. Plus, November has arrived, so get ready for studded tire season. Also, Senator Maria Cantwell in both Richland and Yakima today, just a few days before the election. Find out why coming up. And Stacy's here.
And we're going to recall and call it Snowvember. We've had lots of snow in the area. Showers starting to move out. I'll tell you what's coming up this weekend in just a few minutes.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Happy November and happy Friday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed. Well, we start with Your Voice, Your Vote. U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell was in Richland today hosting Get Out the Vote campaigns. It was a packed meeting inside a small room with other guest speakers, including some who are currently running for office. Those in attendance say they were very enthusiastic. Current voting statistics indicate that 35% of Franklin County's registered voters have gotten their ballots in, and 40% of Benton County has submitted their ballots. On this Friday, before Election Day on Tuesday, the message was simple: get out there and vote.
We're here to get out the vote and ask our friends and neighbors to vote in this election and stand up and be counted, because it is a consequential election and we want to keep making progress. We've made progress here in the Tri-Cities. We've made investments at Hanford. We made investments at PNL. This is the most innovative place in the United States of America for a diversity of energy solutions.
Cantwell was in Spokane before this stop and ended her day in Yakima to hold another Get Out the Vote rally over on 3rd Street. She has a few more stops this weekend on Monday as well. The city of Ellensburg, Central Washington University, and Kittitas County are all supporting an initiative to show support to veterans next week. This is called Operation Green Light. For the 3rd year in a row, the city, university, and county are acknowledging the contributions and sacrifices of veterans by shining a light on them, literally. The National Association of Counties and the National Association of County Veterans Service Officers is inviting everyone to join Operation Green Light to light up their buildings in green from November 4th to the 11th, which is Veterans Day.
Well, there is the annual Veterans Day Parade that's hosted by a local veterans group. It's 11 a.m. on November 11th, and it goes through our downtown, so that's a great way for community members to show up and show their support for veterans in person.
The green lights will shine at the Ellensburg Police Department, City Hall, and the Hal Holmes Community Center. Operation Green Light is meant to remind veterans that their service is valued and that there are resources to support them. As November has begun, the weather sure did change to a more winter-like feeling. First Alert Stacy Lee joining us live now with our first look at the forecast. Hey there, Stacy.
Hey, Austin, the weekend's here. We had kind of a gloomy, rainy day. Most of those showers have moved on to the north. We're still seeing some active rain in the Cascades and even some snow showers tonight. Some winter weather advisories for the weekend. I'll tell you about those coming up. 55 degrees right now, Legends Casino Skycam. We were seeing a little bit of sun and then the really dark clouds, so it's perfect rainbow weather. If you guys catch a rainbow, get a photo and send it in. Let's talk about temperatures around the area right now. We're in the 40s and 50s. A little bit of a warm front today. However, tomorrow we have a cold front moving in and another system across our region. Temperatures tonight pretty decent in the Columbia Basin, much cooler in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, as you can see. Now, if you remember, I showed you guys this film yesterday from Crystal Mountain, and you can see their snow gauge. It was down to about an inch. This is 24 hours later. That snow gauge is nearly 10 inches. So that's how much snow the Cascade Mountains are seeing in just the last 24 hours. Look for more scattered showers late tonight and most of the day tomorrow for the Columbia Basin, foothills of the Blues, Hermiston area. We'll also see breezy and gusty winds, particularly in the Columbia Basin and the Columbia River Gorge. More heavy mountain snow, difficult travel across those passes. Prepare for winter driving and don't forget to fall back this weekend. Austin?
All right, Stacy. Benton County Fire District 1 and Washington State Patrol rushed to the scene late Halloween night after a mother and young child were hurt in a wrong-way crash. Here's a picture of the scene from WSP. It happened on I-82 near Locust Grove Road in Kennewick. Police say an 82-year-old man from Idaho was driving the wrong way and crashed right into the other vehicle with an 11-month-old child inside. The 82-year-old man was not injured but was cited. Police believe alcohol was not involved, but they say that the man may have dementia and wasn't even supposed to be in the state. A GoFundMe fundraiser has been set up to help a 17-year-old Sela High School student who was hit by a car while walking to the school's football game back on October 18th. The girl's name is Chloe, and according to her GoFundMe page, it will help her family cover medical expenses. She was flown to Harborview Hospital for emergency surgery to address bleeding and swelling in her brain. Before the accident, the family says she was filling out scholarships for different colleges to attend. The goal is to raise at least $10,000. A man has been arrested after being accused of threatening another person with a gun at a Kennewick business. It happened just after 1 this morning at the 2100 block of West 4th Avenue. Authorities say 25-year-old Alfredo Sandoval walked into the Hideout bar with a gun and threatened a person inside. When officers got to the scene, they say Sandoval ran out of the business but was not able to get away. He was arrested and taken to jail. Nobody was hurt. The investigation is ongoing. And the Kennewick Police Department is crediting a shopper for potentially stopping a crime at the Columbia Center Mall on Halloween night. Police say the shopper called 911 after spotting a teen with what looked like a gun in the waistband of his pants. Officers got to the scene quickly and tracked down the teen, finding him before he entered the store. Authorities say the teen was arrested after they found the handgun. Police are saying this is the perfect example of if you see something, say something. It was a true Halloween nightmare for trick-or-treaters and their families in Vancouver, Washington, after a man wearing a Halloween mask started shooting inside the mall there. One victim was killed, 2 others were injured during the incident. It happened around 7:30 p.m. Thursday night. The mall's food court was the site of the shooting, and the mall itself was full of young trick-or-treaters and others celebrating the holiday.
And we were sitting there, we were talking about maybe getting something to drink from the vending machine and started to head that way when we heard multiple shots fired. It was like 5 or 6 shots that we heard, and I kind of froze for a moment thinking there's no way.
The victim who died at the scene was also an adult man whose exact age and identity have not yet been confirmed. New tonight, it is November the 1st, and that means studded tire season is now here. In Washington state, studded tires are legal from November 1 to March 31. The Washington State Patrol can issue tickets to drivers with studded tires outside of these dates, including out-of-state drivers. Studded tires are legal in Oregon from November 1, also to March 31st. Driving with studded tires outside of this period in the Beaver State is a Class C traffic violation and can result in a fine of nearly $200. Open enrollment for Washington's 2025 individual health insurance market started today. It will run through January 15th, 2025. Officials say if you need a health plan for yourself or your family or want to change coverage, you can, your chance to compare plans starts now. To have coverage in place by January 1. You must enroll by December 15th, though. Washington Health Plan Finder is Washington's only hub and the best way to compare plans. It's also how you can find out if you qualify for help with your monthly premium. The 11 health insurers requested an average 11.3% increase this year, but according to one study, it found only a 10.7% average rate increase was justified. The Richland School Board is releasing a statement to the public regarding concerns about the school district's budget. RSD made headlines over the last week after news broke of their plans to lay off more than 30 paraeducators. In the letter released to the public, the board members say that state funding for public education is not keeping up with the costs, and the superintendent has been working with the board and trying to make the budget work. However, the board says it is pausing the request to reduce paraeducators while the work on the budget continues. The district says it will also evaluate where changes can be made with retirements or volunteers. The Columbia Center Mall is welcoming 2 new stores this week. Clothing retailer Lululemon opens today at the mall, selling technical gear for running, training, yoga, and any time that you're on the move. And then a new addition to the food court, Golden Roll Sushi, opens Saturday, serving traditional sushi rolls and poke bowls. There are now more than 100 retailers in the mall's portfolio. Kelly Odlin with the Columbia Center Mall says it's been a few years since the mall has been at its leasing capacity.
We're looking at being almost 100% leased for the holidays, so it's a great time to do some holiday shopping.
And there are some holiday favorites coming up as well. Those are Hickory Farms, See's Candies, and Go Calendars and Games. And Odlin says Santa is set to make his appearance at the mall for photos starting December 15th. After almost a year of preparations, Javi's Chicken and Churros' 3rd location is now open. The owners celebrated with an intimate ribbon-cutting ceremony with staff and family today. The restaurant started in Grandview, then moved to Sunnyside, but the owners say they always knew they wanted to branch out to the Tri-Cities. Mexican-themed decorations are here, but this 3rd location also has a bigger menu and drink selection, along with a different plating style and dynamic. The owners say that they couldn't complete this goal without their support from the family and staff.
I'm just very proud that we have 3 businesses. We do have 3 kids, and that's what our ultimate goal was, to open up eventually just to have a restaurant for each child. And we're just proud of ourselves that we're able to actually complete what we dreamed of doing.
The new location is located on 1520 North 4th Avenue. The owners say they will be closed Mondays and open from Tuesday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till about 10 p.m. and Friday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to about 2 a.m. Also in Pasco, overnight closures of eastbound I-182 near the Broadmoor interchange will be extended. The city also says paving work will occur on Court Street near Road 68 and will impact traffic next week. The updates are part of efforts to improve safety and accessibility for residents and travelers in the area. The nighttime closures on eastbound 182 will happen again tonight and into next week. Those closures will happen again next Tuesday and Thursday. As for the paving work on Court Street, that is set to begin on November 4th. Apple Valley News Now, live at 5, is just getting started. Still ahead, Monday will be a big day for Boeing. We'll tell you why. Plus, the 33rd annual Harvest Bazaar comes back to one Tri-Cities community. And as we leave you to break, a live picture from Yakima. Stacy's back with your full First Alert weather forecast as we are getting closer to that weekend.
Liberal Democrats Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas support even no questions asked late-term abortions. They oppose measures that would lower taxes, make gas cheaper, and let you take home more of your paycheck. They would make your streets less safe, raise your gas prices, and encourage your children to disrespect faith, family, and America. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
27 years ago, I lived in these apartments, and for 27 years, I've seen streets go without repair. I've seen places like Columbia Fruit Packers lay off workers. Some of my neighbors have driven to Seattle for decent medical care because MAGA extremists like my opponent Deb care more about power and controlling women's bodies than getting results. I am ready to go to the west side because it's time to get results for the east side. I hope to earn your vote.
Too many politicians are too busy fighting each other. But I just want to get things done to make people's lives better. I'm Maria Cantwell. I led a bipartisan initiative to bring computer chip manufacturing and other supply chains back to America, generating billions in private sector investment to make the chips that run our cars, our appliances, and even our farm equipment, creating jobs, boosting our competitiveness, and lowering costs. It's beginning to work. That's why I approve this message.
two candidates. With our border in crisis, Dan Newhouse votes for common sense border security. Jared Sessler recklessly wanted to defund the Border Patrol. Newhouse serves on a powerful committee that protects our dams and ag economy. Sessler backs taxes and fees to make food more expensive. That hurts our farmers and ranchers. And Sessler backs a 30% sales tax on everything. There's only one choice for Central Washington: Dan Newhouse.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
During fall and winter, weather can change fast.
And no one works harder to give you early warnings than Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
We're constantly looking ahead for the next weather event that could impact our area.
It could be a severe storm or just disruptive weather like a small shower that could interfere with soccer or football games.
On air, online, mobile, and social, we'll get it right.
First Alert Weather from Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Always on your side.
Tampa Bay visits Kansas City. Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Apple Valley News Now live at 5. Striking workers at Boeing are set to vote on a new contract proposal on Monday. The proposed offer between Boeing and the union includes compounding pay increases that add up to more than 43% over the 4-year deal. It also includes increased contributions to the employees' 401k accounts. However, it does not restore the pensions plans that the union lost a decade ago. The offer is also a modest increase over the offer that the more than 30,000 striking workers rejected just over a week ago. Time for local living happening right now. Wazoo Tri-Cities is celebrating on their campus for the annual Day of the Dead event. Day of the Dead is a long-known Hispanic tradition. This tradition is for people to celebrate, honor, and remember their loved ones who have passed away, so they won't be forgotten. It consists of an altar setup that includes their pictures, things that they have liked, or remind you of them, and flowers. Every year, the university says their celebration gets bigger with partnerships, and it's a way to bring people of all backgrounds together.
So it's just really, really beautiful to see faculty, staff, students, and WSU Tri-Cities community celebrating this day that brings sadness a little bit, especially for me, celebrating my mom, but this is also a great day to make this community stronger.
The university says everyone is welcome to bring a picture of their loved ones to add to the altar. There's going to be food, crafts, and live music from the Pasco Mariachi, which will be at the event until 7 tonight. The Giza Carousel of Dreams is hosting the 33rd annual Harvest Bazaar starting tomorrow, and it goes through Sunday. The bazaar is a fundraiser for the carousel, featuring nearly 90 vendors selling many different types of things like decor, jewelry, handbags, candles, clothing, and more. Our Riley Fitzgerald was there at the pavilion for the setup earlier. Most vendors come from right here in the Columbia Basin and spend a lot of time working on their craft to get it ready for markets like these.
Since I was invited, I've pretty much have been working nonstop in the afternoons and evenings, creating the different quilts and things with the fabric that I use. So it's a pretty intense process and takes me quite a long time, especially if I'm working on a quilt. It can take me a couple of weeks.
It's a lot. I work on it all year long, and then I sell at a couple of events throughout the year. It's really neat because there's a lot of really talented vendors that do this show. So there's lots and lots to see.
Now, Adrienne Peterson runs Columbia Point at Vintage, selling vintage and custom Japanese accessories along with vintage pieces. And Christine Haney runs C Designs with crocheted clothing items and other decorative crochet pieces. Again, the Harvest Bazaar is November 2nd, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the 3rd from 11 to 4 at the Numerica Pavilion next to the Giza Carousel of Dreams. Admission $5 for everyone ages 13 and up and free for 12 and under. There will also be food vendors on site.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Nothing like a great bazaar to kick off that holiday shopping. There, I said it. It's past Halloween, so we can talk Christmas shopping. Dust Level Sky Cam tonight, 55 degrees. Again, those showers finally moved on out of the area. Still overcast and cloudy, 55. Winds are breezy this evening and will continue to be breezy. Let's take a look at our weather pattern for tomorrow. Very active, ongoing rain and mountain snow in the western United States. And here's that pattern. It continues, and it's moving pretty much all across the Pacific Northwest. And we'll continue to see heavy snow, especially east slopes of the Cascades, further south central Oregon, and then it moves on in to the Idaho Panhandle. Let's take a look at Futurecast. Again, those showers are starting to move to the north and to the east of our area. We could still see a spotty stray shower overnight, but clearing up. Here's where we'll start to see maybe a little stray shower early in the morning. We'll see clearing skies for a couple of hours on Saturday, and then we'll start to see clouds build back up with more showers developing late night Saturday into Sunday. And again, heavy mountain snow. We're even going to see quite a bit of snow here in the Blue Mountains near the toll gate area. A pretty good winter weather storm warning there as well, and that active weather continues. We'll start to dry up on Sunday. In between systems will stay active through next week. Let's take a look at our reports here. We've got Stevens Pass looking at another 3 to 6 inches across the pass through tomorrow. Difficult travel once again across White Pass, so we're expecting quite a few inches there. Pendleton, Blue Mountains, we're going to see 6 to 10 inches around the toll gate area. So if you're heading in any of those areas, make sure you're planning for the winter travel. 1 to 2 inches still possible across Snoqualmie Pass. 8 to 12 inches continue. White Pass getting lots of snow, getting a good head start on ski season. 6 to 10 inches. That's where we're looking at a winter weather advisory at the toll gate area. Wet on the west side. If you're heading to Seattle this weekend, plan for winter travel conditions over the pass and cooler temperatures with wet rains all through the weekend. It's going to be rainy, wet also in the Portland area. Travel should be okay going down the Columbia River Gorge through the weekend. And then Spokane's going to be wet as well. Look for those overnight lows. A bit chilly. Could see some slick roads. Tonight, we're in the 30s and 40s all through the area. Tomorrow, cold front moving in. We're going to stay on the chilly side. 51 is the daytime high for Ellensburg, 58 in the Tri-Cities. Let's take a look at our 7-day planning forecast. So we stay wet and active through Tuesday. We're chilly and we'll start to dry out by the middle of next week. Let's take a look at Yakima's weather forecast again. A little bit drier there tomorrow. Most of the showers are going to be moving from Tri-Cities into Walla Walla in the Hermiston area. So a slight chance of rain there as well. Breezy winds will continue through the foothills, through the Ellensburg area, and those mountain gaps with those chilly temperatures down in the 20s later part of next week. Walla Walla wet tomorrow, falling back on Sunday. Going to see a pretty good chance of rain there as well into Monday. And then Walla Walla finally drying out with some sunshine coming on Wednesday. Here's Hermiston. Look for those breezy winds. A 30% chance of showers both Saturday and Sunday. An increased chance on Monday with some chilly overnight lows on the way. So yes, very active weather. Lots of snow through the area. I liked seeing that snow gauge go from 1 inch to 10 inches overnight.
So cool to watch.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Stacey. The spotlight is next.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
Hi, I'm Deb Mangeras, and as a longtime CPA, I can assure you, Olympia needs to tighten its belt. That's why I'm running for the House of Representatives. I've been a Wapato resident and apple orchardist all my life, and I have been active for decades in my community, helping make this a better place to live. Now I want to represent you in Olympia, to bring common sense and hardworking values to the Capitol.
Join me November 5th in voting for Deb Mangeras.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Is your bundle a bundle of joy? Do you celebrate your contract's anniversary? No? You should meet Ziply Fiber. High-speed fiber optic internet means more freedom, more reliability, more speed on all your family's devices, all at the same time. Happily ever faster. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
Initiative 2124. It's purposely misleading. So here's what you need to know. Independent analysts say if I-2124 passes, it will bankrupt our affordable long-term care benefit, leaving millions of Washingtonians with no options but private insurance that charges way too much and routinely denies coverage to millions with pre-existing conditions. Don't let it happen. Protect your long-term care benefits. Vote no on I-2124.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King uses those relationships to do things like fund a new swimming pool in Yakima's MLK Park and helped Heritage University in the Lower Valley grow. Curtis King helped Toppenish Astria Hospital keep their doors open. And he delivered funding for Pasco's Lewis Street project.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Save with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including Federated Ordnance 9mm ammo, now just $10.99. Bi-Mart, saving our members more every day.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some. Gimme Some Bagels.
Trending now, our spotlight at 5. The Richland FFA team has achieved an impressive results at the National FFA Floriculture Career Development event that was held during the 97th annual FFA Convention Expo in Indianapolis. Numerous team members represented Richland FFA, securing second place in the team competition. And if you have an idea for the spotlight at 5, send me an email, areed@applevalley.newsnow.com. All right. Final weather coming up next.
Right, and your viewer photo of the day.
We love that.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
It's painfully obvious that Jared Sessler's 30% national sales tax will drive up prices. Prices will go up 30% on groceries, gas, bills, and even houses. Inflation is bad enough. Just imagine paying 30% more. Sessler supports a massive 30% tax increase on everything you buy. You can't afford Jared Sessler, Mr. 30%. National Interest Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Democrat candidate Maria Beltran led a liberal Seattle group that tried to defund police and allowed chaos and violence to take over the streets. Like Beltran, House candidates Anna Kennedy and Chelsea Demas oppose initiatives that would lower gas prices, end the capital income tax, and allow you to opt out of the expensive long-term care tax. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
Two candidates. With our border in crisis, Dan Newhouse votes for common sense border security. Jared Sessler recklessly wanted to defund the Border Patrol. Newhouse serves on a powerful committee that protects our dams and ag economy. Sessler backs taxes and fees to make food more expensive. That hurts our farmers and ranchers. And Sessler backs a 30% sales tax on everything. There's only one choice for Central Washington, Dan Newhouse.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including bonus zone savings on Fran's cookies, extra laundry detergent, and Brown and Haley Rokas. Bi-Mart, saving our members more every day.
In his first term, Perry Dozier has delivered significant results as your senator. Perry has stood firm in support of law enforcement and supporting laws that will make our streets safer. Eastern Washington is a leader in energy production. Perry Dozier is fighting to ensure these resources are protected. And as a farmer, Perry knows how devastating inflation is to working families. He's supporting policies to reduce the cost of production and opposing any new taxes.
I'm Perry Dozier, and I will continue to work hard for you.
I am ready to find the second great love of my life.
The Golden Bachelorette, sponsored locally by Legends Casino Hotel. Fun is how we roll.
ABC Election Night.
When we fight, we win! We will soon be a great nation again.
Who will be your next president? Election Night. This is where America turns for answers. ABC Election Night Live.
You tell lies, you gamble, and yet you never seem to pay a price for any of it. When you're cute like me, rules are just a little different.
He's the funniest young genius around.
People talk about me behind my back, but it's about how smart I am.
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05 on Apple Valley News Now.
And our favorite time of the night, the viewer photo of the day. Very nice. Rafael Soreto. Good morning, Columbia Park. I don't believe that was this morning. I think it was yesterday. But
Probably.
Good job, Rafael. Weather photo, QR code, right side of your screen, or go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. All right, let's take a look at the bottom line going into the weekend. Scattered showers for Tri-Cities, Hermiston, foothills of the Blues could see a stray shower in Ellensburg. We are going to have lots of mountain snow. So if you're traveling over those passes, prepare for winter driving. We'll finally get a little break and start to dry out on Tuesday or after Tuesday of next week. So
all right, we'll hang in there.
Yes.
Thank you much. Thanks for joining us here at 5. Updates at applevalleyNewsNow.com. We'll see you at 6. Hoping your news is good news.
Have a great night.